Hi guys! So this is one of my most favorite parts of having bearded dragons. They have a huge variety of a diet, and some people hate this part, some people love this part. This is one of my most favorite parts. They eat insects and veggies, some fruits, but mostly veggies. I'll review some of them, but my goodness, this list is absolutely exhausting. There's so many lists online. I could give you a few of the greens that I'm gonna be using today. I'm not gonna go through specifics. Y'all know how to wash something and cut something, so I'm not really necessarily gonna show you that, but a little bit of the things that I do to prepare all their stuff. So about once or twice a week, I go through and I make a lot of greens, prepare them all, wash them all, and have them in bins ready to go. So all week long, I can just grab it from the fridge, go downstairs with my big bin, and feed all the greens and veggies to the bearded dragons, which is every single day. Bearded dragons should have some sort of fresh greens, veggie mix every single day. So today, so a lot of times I will go to my local grocery store. I don't always do this, but they do have some mixed green bins like so. I always pay attention to like what's in the mix. I never do all spinach. I never do all kale. Some of these, there's some research out there that shows that it can block some calcium, and it's very important for calcium to be in their diet. So I tend to stay away from the ones that are all spinach or all kale. All greens in moderation are safe. Spinach is not going to hurt your dragon. Kale is not going to hurt your dragon. But in moderation and sparingly, pretty much all mixed greens. When in doubt, check online. There's lots of lists out there. So even when I get these bins from the store, I don't necessarily, I don't trust. Well, I don't know how they wash them. I don't know what's on them. So no matter what, I still take them out. I still put them in my salad spinner, which looks like so. It has a strainer on the inside. So I put them in my strainer here. I wash them in the sink in my strainer. I agitate them in here to get anything off that's either sprayed on there that I don't want on there, maybe even like a wilted piece of lettuce or something, pull it out. I actually spin it dry with my salad spinner so it doesn't soak, it doesn't sit in the container with a bunch of water, because then it rots really fast. Once it comes out of here, all the water is in here, get rid of it. I will wash this container back out. I put that back in here. A lot of times these come in really big leaves, and I do cut them. Big stems I've cut off because they don't like those stems. Neither would you. They do come in some smaller containers like this. I mix my greens, anything from the mixed greens to escarole to cilantro, what else? Arugula, collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. Today, my neighbor has a basil plant that was going nuts. I'm actually going to prepare some basil. This was more so for my Euromastics, but it's the same concept with these greens as any other bearded dragon greens. There's lots of stems. She does not use any type of fertilizer or pesticide on her plants. So basically, I just prepare them just like any other green that I have. There's big stalks, so I'm going to cut those off. Put them in here to be washed. Just one moment, it only takes a moment. And thanks to my neighbor for these greens. She's got more greens coming for me too, which is amazing. All right, not much today for the basil part. So it's not a staple green. It's just a treat. That's all it is. And really, any green is, it's just like this. I wash it, I spin it, I put it in a container that I keep it in. Another thing that I do is I have these little things too. I've also bought at some point or another some sort of chopped up veggie, and I save these containers. They're so great. They stack in your refrigerator so wonderfully so, and you stack them. You can put them in the top drawer, bottom drawer. I actually have to go greens shopping, so I'll have to post a picture on Instagram of what my refrigerator looks like with brand new greens that I bought from the store, because it takes up about half of my refrigerator. Time to buy a separate refrigerator for my greens. So I'm in the market for that. I'll have to show you when that comes up. But this one, actually, for now, I have grated carrots. I'll put some greens in there, put some carrots on top. That's just something I do as a rotational. Sometimes I'll use a squash. I've used all different types of vegetables, but every vegetable that I do try with my bearded dragons first, I do research. Is this a safe vegetable? Is this a rotational vegetable that I can feed? Is this an occasional? Is this a rare treat? And everything has its own vitamins and minerals that are important, or in too much can be harmful to your dragon. So, but again, the rule of thumb is truly moderation is key. Variety and moderation. There are a select staple green. If something is considered a staple, that means they can have it daily. They don't have to have it daily, but they can have it daily without any harm to them. There's occasionals, which you could do about once a week or twice a week. Then there's that special treat that might be once or twice a month. When it comes to fruits, I know a lot of people do treat their bearded dragons to fruits. That is one of those things where it's a couple times a month at most. I maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, we'll do some blueberries or some strawberries. Some like it, some don't. This is literally just a little snippet of what I do to take care of the greens for the bearded dragons. Then when I'm all done cleaning my greens, which will be kind of an entire another video, when I get stalks like so, of course, when I'm doing a huge amount of greens at one time, I end up with a huge pile of all my stalks from my greens. What I do is I actually save those, and that is actually what I use to feed my insects. I have a large quantity of roaches, superworms, crickets, big, large bins of them that need to be fed. I feed them the same thing that my bearded dragons eat. So all my stalks, they don't even go in the trash. So they go to gut load the insects that I feed my dragons. And that's about it on veggies. It's really quick, really simple, but this is one of my favorite parts because you can go to the grocery store and buy something different pretty much every time. Sometimes they love it, sometimes they hate it. If they hate something that you know is good for them, you can try it once or twice, but sometimes they just don't want to eat it. Sometimes they, depending on the dragon, one dragon will love it, the other one will not touch it. So have fun with the diet. Variety is key, moderation is key. So have fun making all those bearded dragon recipes.